Hey everybody, it's Keagan here. I'm back with another video for you guys, and it's time for another movie review once again. And today we're going to be talking about two movies, both of which I've watched recently, and both of them are from the late 90s. So let's talk about them. So the first film we're going to be talking about is Julien Donkey Boy, which was written and directed by Harmony Korine, and it was originally released on October 15th, 1999. Now, I watched this film on DVD like a week, like 2 weeks ago, I'd say. I watched it very recently. I have it on DVD. Now, it should be noted at the time of me recording this video, this movie is hard to find on DVD and on VHS. It's out of print and it doesn't have a physical media release. And it also is not available on any streaming services, well, at the time of me recording this video. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out before we continue, because this is a movie that's very rare to come by to watch unless you pirate it, which I don't condone pirating movies unless if it's absolutely necessary. But I've never done that before, though. Anyways, Harmony Korine is an interesting director. He was the screenwriter for the movie Kids and also directed other films like Spring Breakers, Trash Humpers, which I talked about a while ago, and Gummo, which I plan to do a review on one day. He's an interesting director. He makes a lot of experimental movies such as this. And this one I've been wanting to check out for a while, and I got the DVD off eBay for like $50. And I thought it was a good deal because it's a pretty hard to find movie on DVD. It's out of print. And yeah, we'll get into the story of the film and then we'll get into my thoughts on it like always. So let's get right into it. So this film follows a man named Julien, played by Ewan Bremer, who is Ewan Bremer. You might know him from the movie Trainspotting. He played both movies. He was the character Spud in those movies. I'll probably review those movies one day. Anyways, Julien suffers from schizophrenia and he lives with his strange and dysfunctional family. His father, played by Werner Herzog, I think he's suffering from depression or something. But he wears a gas mask whenever he listens to blues music. Julien's sister, Pearl, played by Chloe Sevigny, it has a childlike mentality and is pregnant with her first child. And Julien's brother, he's I think he's anorexic or something, but he aspires to be a wrestler, and he and Julien both practice their wrestling moves at some point during the film. And their grandmother is kind of disconnected from the family. And the mother, who's not in the movie, passed away giving birth to the brother. And basically the film follows Julien and his family over the course of several weeks. And you see Julien's schizophrenia starts to his mind starts to deteriorate as his schizophrenia goes on untreated and undiagnosed, that kind of thing. And I don't really want to give away too much. It's kind of hard to not go into too much into the story without giving away any spoilers, but that's practically what the story of the film is about in a nutshell. Now, I really enjoyed Julien Donkey Boy. It was definitely a strange film, indeed. It was weird, it was disturbing at times, especially around the last 10 minutes. I don't want to spoil it, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it was, I really enjoyed it. I also thought the performances in the film were really good, I mean. Chloe Sevigny, Werner Herzog, and Ewan Bremer were all really good in the film. It was a pretty well-made film overall. Out of all the films from Harmony Korine that I've seen, at the time of me recording this, I would say this one is probably my favorite. And I also really enjoyed Gummo, although it's been a while since I watched Gummo. I'll probably do a review of that movie one day. Interestingly, this movie was made under the Dogma 95 vow, which, if you don't know what the Dogma 95 vow, well, here's a little picture right there if you are curious of what it is. It was basically a set of rules for filmmaking that was invented by Lars von Trier, I believe. The only other movie that was made under this vow that I've seen is The Idiots, which was ironically directed by Lars von Trier. That was a pretty funny movie. It was a pretty strange film too. But overall, I really enjoyed Julien Donkey Boy, and I highly recommend it if you like Harmony Korine's films. It sucks that the film is hard to find on physical media. Like, it's out of print on DVD and can be pretty pricey to get online. And it's not on any streaming services, because I think this is one of Harmony Korine's best films. But since Gummo got a Criterion release recently, I bet one of these days this will get a Blu-ray release one day. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. But all in all, I thought this film was great and I recommend it. And yeah, so I'm giving Julien Donkey Boy an 8 out of 10. And the last film we're going to be talking about in this video is the 1997 Canadian film The Sweet Hereafter, which was directed by Adam McGoyan and was based on the 1991 novel of the same name, which was written by the late Russell Banks. I've never read the novel it was based on, but perhaps one day I'll check it out. And this film was originally released on October 10th, 1997. Now, this one I saw in theaters on Saturday at my local theater that was doing a screening of the 4K restoration of the film, which I must say the 4K restoration of this movie looks really good, I must say. This movie's been on my watch list for quite some time. I know it's regarded as one of the greatest Canadian films of all time. Now, I wouldn't necessarily call this the greatest Canadian film of all time, but it was still a great movie, but we'll get to more on that in a little bit. But on to the story. In this film, it follows a lawyer played by Ian Holm, who travels to a small town that was affected by an accident involving a school bus that resulted in the deaths of several children on board and leaving one girl paralyzed to the waist down. He's basically talking to the families in the town that were affected by the accident, either in the loss of their child or those that were critically injured in the accident. He's basically getting them prepared to file a lawsuit against the company of the bus that was in the accident. Only he speaks to the people that's starting to cause division inside in the town, and there's a girl, the girl who was paralyzed by the accident, brings up the courage to try to speak out against the lawyer. And basically the film is just about personal demons in different people, that kind of thing. I don't really want to give away too much, but that's basically what the story of the film is about in a nutshell. Now, I thought this film was pretty great. It was well acted, the music was really good, and Ian Holm was really good in the film. And Sarah Polley, who played the girl that was paralyzed in the accident, was really good in the film too. But I wouldn't go as far as to say it's the greatest Canadian film of all time, but it's still a really great movie. I still really enjoyed it. But maybe in future viewings it'll grow on me more, as I do plan to watch it again someday in the future. But I thought it was a pretty well-made film. I've never read the novel it was based on, but perhaps I'll give it a read one day. The only issue I have with this movie is some of the dialogue feels a little bit cheesy. Well, since it was from the 90s, but the dialogue does feel a little bit cheesy. Well, I would consider it a bit cheesy. And there's a couple plot holes that were never resolved, but maybe they were resolved in the novel, but I don't know. I've never read the novel, but maybe one day I will. But all in all, I thought it was for the most part it was a pretty great film and one I would recommend checking out. And I do plan to watch it again someday in the future. I haven't seen any of Adam McGoyan's other films, but maybe someday I'll check them out. But anyways, I don't have anything else to add, so I'm giving The Sweet Hereafter an 8 out of 10. Alright everybody, that's going to be it for this video, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more videos like this. And what are your guys' thoughts on these movies? Let me know in the comments below. And yep, so that's about it. So thanks for watching, hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day everybody. Peace.